And now we've got another thing which is worth pointing out, and this is Councillor Cllr McDonald, who has stood up in all of the meetings that I've been to so far. Well, I've only been to two. I've watched one of them online, but he's one of the ones who consistently stands up and basically justifies, closing the bridge, smashing Coton Orchard, refusing the referendum. He justifies all of these things. And once again, there are some very, very key political tactics that he's employed, and so I'm going to show you a couple of these here. And this one I thought was quite astounding, and when I heard him say it, it actually did give me a kind of a queasy heat feeling inside, somewhere deep in my gut, because I just felt that there was something really bad going to happen from what he was saying.
Many of the members here, and I think you heard that from Councillor Beckett, would love to engage with the anti-congestion charge group on this, we really would. But some of the members of the group have incited attacks on members.
That is a direct accusation, and it's not true. All right? Firstly, it's not true on the count that some of us have threatened or incited violence. I refute that, absolutely. If that's true, then you've got to show that and prove that. Otherwise, make a public apology. Secondly, we would love to talk to the members. He's saying many of us would love to talk to the anti-congestion charge group, but you're just all too angry and threatening. That's not true. I personally have reached out to numerous parties on the other side. I've had some amicable responses. I'm always very professional and formal in my approach and polite. I would like to actually have a proper discourse and a dialogue, but it's so often you just get ignored, or you get fobbed off with some kind of template response. Or if not, some of the other responses I've seen people sharing, they're basically arrogant and rude. It's definitely not true that the impasse of dialogue is coming from our side because we're threatening and bullying. That's not true. It's coming from the other side because they don't want to talk in public. They don't want to make their point of view known publicly, and they definitely don't want to go on camera with somebody like me and do a sit-down interview. You know? Accusing us of inciting violence is an actual criminal accusation. And so I had to pull that one out, Cllr McDonald, because councillors, they're allowed to call a point of order. If somebody says something wrong in the council or makes a false statement, one of the other members is allowed to say, point of order, Chair, what he just said is wrong, and then they have a back and forth about that. But as a member of the public in the gallery, we have no right to call point of order. And I was sitting there watching him just lie his face off, accusing us of inciting violence, which is something which has never happened, as far as I'm aware. And like I said, you've got to show that before you make such a bold statement in public, because what he's actually trying to do, clearly, is discredit the movement. He's now trying to paint us, as Nick Gay was doing, which is probably where this thing is now going to start going. They're going to start portraying us as a minority fringe group of radicals and extremists and violent people. That's what they do. That is the classic technique. Now, you can infer from that that they actually feel threatened. Not physically threatened, but they feel politically threatened by this growing movement of opposition, which they can see clearly now that they have actually roused, and they are starting to have doubts about what they're doing, and they're starting to fear their own positions. And the only thing that they can do is use these dirty tactics to smear us in public. But it's not going to stand. It won't stand. Like I said, bring out the evidence, back up your claim. If not, make a public apology and say, actually what I said wasn't true, I apologise. Because this is all about trust, and this is all about power, and this is where this thing has gone to now. And this is where it is heading towards. When people like Cllr McDonald or Nick Gay make those kind of statements in public, and they're not the only ones, you know, it's going to take this thing into a nasty direction, I fear. Now, on that note, I want to just point out something else that Cllr McDonald has said in his speech, and it's this.
You can spend not 1.5 million, you can spend £3.50 buy us a coffee and just talk to us in a rational way about this issue, about what your concerns are, you know, in advance of the consultation being published and subsequent to that. So I do call upon all of you wanting a referendum to engage with us.
Absolutely. I would absolutely love to engage with you, and I would love it if more councillors were engaging with me. Instead of watching my YouTube videos and making social media comments about whether or not I might be a conspiracy theorist or not, which is itself another absurdity, I sent this message to Peter McDonald yesterday, and I decided I'll just go ahead, I'm going to show it to you. And I want him to know that people have known that I've sent him this, because I'm a nice guy, I'm a reasonable guy, I'm understanding, you know, I'm not like a kind of a political journo hack who's out to spin stuff and bring people down. I want to actually understand this. This is the reason why I'm doing it. I'm just using the camera because that's a tool which is available to me. So honestly, sit down with me and get to know me, please. Let's open a proper discourse and dialogue between the two sides of this thing instead of just smearing each other. All right? Hello, Cllr McDonald. We met briefly yesterday at the New Shire Hall after the debate regarding the referendum petition. I've been watching this back again today to familiarise myself fully with what was said, and I have been reminded now of your appeal to discourse and communication between councillors and members of the public who are opposed to the GCP's plans. You said in your speech that we could offer to buy you a coffee, and we could sit down and have a respectful conversation and come closer to understanding one another. I would like to take you up on that offer if it is still open. Would you be able to find some time in your schedule to come to a cafe or a pub and have a friendly, non-combative, hopefully productive and positive interview between you and myself for my YouTube channel, which I set up to follow this topic as it develops? I was pleased to hear your invitation because so far none of my requests for interviews with councillors have been taken up, and a lot of my emails get ignored altogether. Please let me know what you think of this idea, and hopefully we can arrange a meeting. Yours sincerely, William Burnell. P.S. I would also like to ask whether we do an interview or not, if for you to show me this instance you referred to in which someone at the protest rally was photographed and then incited to be attacked, because I had not heard that until you said it, and it is gravely disturbing. And if that incident happened the way you say it happened, firstly, I can tell you honestly that none of the online activity I've seen myself has been anything like that, and secondly, I would like to address that in a future video because such behaviour is completely unacceptable, and I would like to highlight and emphasise that. Right, so I sent that to him yesterday, and we'll see if he responds. Oh yeah, and I also just wanted to point out this bit of Peter McDonald, because this is quite amusing. Here he is asking these simple and honest questions.
So I posed the question, what is the question in this? Do you want an improved bus service? Do you want a reduction in pollution? Do you want a good environment for pedestrians? Do you want businesses to be able to get around? Do you want a city that's future-proofed? Are these the questions?
And of course that is an age-old political device, using leading questions to gain a certain outcome. And of course that has never been better portrayed than the brilliant and exceptionally expert satire of Yes Minister, still the go-to place for political education and hilarity. Here's Sir Humphrey explaining to Bernard how you can use leading questions to gain any outcome that you want.
Mr. Woolley, are you worried about the number of young people without jobs?
Yes.
Are you worried about the rise in crime among teenagers?
Yes.
Do you think there's a lack of discipline in our comprehensive schools?
Yes.
Do you think young people welcome some authority and leadership in their lives?
Yes.
Do you think they respond to a challenge?
Yes.
Would you be in favour of reintroducing national service?
Yes. Oh, well, I suppose I might.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Of course you would, Bernard. After all you've told you can't say no to that. So, they don't mention the first 5 questions and they publish the last one.
Is that really what they do?
Well, not the reputable ones, no, but there aren't many of those. So, alternatively, the young lady can get the opposite result.
How?
Mr. Woolley, are you worried about the danger of war?
Yes.
Are you worried about the growth of armaments?
Yes.
Do you think there's a danger in giving young people guns and teaching them how to kill?
Yes.
Do you think it's wrong to force people to take up arms against their will?
Yes.
Would you oppose the reintroduction of national service?
Yes.
There you are, you see, Bernard. The perfect balanced sample.
You know, and there's Peter McDonald standing in the county council doing the exact same thing today. Well, Tuesday, but you see what I mean. He's using that technique, and it's so blatant, and people can see so clearly what he's actually up to. Does he think that we're stupid? And you know what? I've actually just been taken by surprise. I was just about to upload this video, and I received this today from Peter. Hi, yes, of course. I'm away until Wednesday next week. Where are you located? Peter McDonald. So I was like, oh, wow, okay. So he's responded, and so we have that to look forward to. And I just want to say to Peter McDonald, immediately, I'm now starting to feel a little bit awkward about posting this video because you have responded very promptly, and that is to your credit. So credit where credit's due. He's accepting an interview. I am going to go ahead and upload this thing anyway because, you know, you're a politician. You have to accept that people are going to scrutinise your words and your actions and things like that. Let me just apologise if I do come across a little bit strong. You know, when I'm here by the microphone, my voice may my pitch may raise up a little bit, but I'm much nicer in person. So I look forward to seeing you. I will get back to you and I will arrange a date for that. And so everybody, we have that all to look forward to.